Alright, this is going to be a similar video as to the other one that I made. I'm going to go through these clips full speed, and then I'll go frame by frame and explain why they're weird.
Okay, fucked here. It's 7A.
Okay. This is the same, the theme of this video, these clips, is largely similar to the first one, where his reaction times, I believe, are like not human, not possible. So, this first jump isn't that weird. His aim right now isn't super out of the ordinary here. But right as this soldier jumps, so first of all, again, important to remember that I think he's using a smooth aimbot, so he's not on target all the time, but he's roughly on target within reason, and then his crosshair speeds up and gets a target. Like there's a smoothness curve to how he aims. That being said, the frame that this soldier starts to move to the right, he's already with him. He's already made an adjustment to the right. The frame that the soldier's moving to the right, and then when the soldier starts to move a little bit further vertical, he's already making a vertical adjustment. So it is a 2-frame-ish diagonal adjustment, and which means that 2 frames is roughly 66 milliseconds, because this is a 30-second or 30 frames per second video. So this right here is a 2-frame adjustment, because as soon as that soldier jumps, he moves to the right and then he moves up, all within 2 frames. Okay, this is the same story as the first clip that I just showed. Same VOD.
Hey, what is he doing?
Alright, I'm mainly going to focus on just the very first part of this whole ordeal, shooting this soldier. It's the exact same thing. Like, the frame after this soldier moves to the left of Elijah's crosshair, so like, he shoots right here, the soldier is now to his left, he just rocket jumped, he's moving to his left. Elijah is already making an adjustment, so it is within one frame of this soldier going to his left. He's already making an adjustment, and again, this is only a 30 FPS clip, so in between frames it's 33 milliseconds. This is a roughly 33 millisecond reaction to this. Like, you can see he moves his crosser to the left, the frame that the soldier moves, and it's literally just not possible. People do not react this quickly, ever.
Why not? Oh, put it here. Why? Jesus Christ.
Okay, so what's weird to me about this clip is how quickly Elijah reacts to the soldier's rocket jump being interrupted, because he bonks his head. I can't really give like precise frame data on how quickly Elijah reacts to the jump, because he's kind of shaking his mouse around. Not really going to focus on that. But the frame that the soldier's movement stops, Elijah like stops with him and keeps shooting him. And like, there's zero over/under correction at all. Like, as a scout, you don't plan for these things to happen, and it's like, unless someone's movement being interrupted is super telegraphed, you're not going to react this fast and stay on target like this. Like, he's not expecting the soldier to bonk his head here, right? Like, he's expecting him to go past bridge or wherever, right? Wherever this guy was planning on going. I have another example of this from Brandslam's YouTube channel, where it's a similar situation, where the soldier that he just killed outside of Saw, his momentum gets stopped on the wall. And Brandslam, same as Elijah, not expecting this. He's just trying to collect a frag right now. But despite that, his crosshair still moves towards Saw, because it takes time to react to these very sudden and abrupt interruptions of movement when you're trying to kill these people. So he's off target for a little bit, and then he has to make an adjustment to fix for that. That's normal. That's how these things normally go. But in Elijah's situation, he reacts instantaneously. All right. It's almost boring to talk about at this point. But within just a few frames of this guy jumping, so it's like I guess he jumps right here, and he's off of his crosshair right here. He makes a very slight adjustment. So this is actually maybe you can't tell because YouTube destroys quality, but there's a very slight adjustment. And if that isn't convincing enough, if the 1 frame adjustment isn't convincing enough, the 2 frames should be, because he's reacting in at most 2 frames and at least 1 frame of this guy moving to the left of his crosshair. So he's left, now he's reacting, now he's definitely reacting. It's at most roughly 66 millisecond reaction time. All right. So the whole point of this video, and what I'd like for whoever's watching this to take away from this, is that I believe Elijah has inhumanly fast reactions to sudden changes in movement. So I thought I'd compare or show a couple quote-unquote normal clips of like reacting to sudden changes of movement, and how even really good aimers, people who are very good at clicking on things, will still not have reaction times like that. So this is a clip from like an old Clockwork Frag video. Yeah, I'll just play it out. It's just 1 clip. All right, that was great. Good kill. This soldier rocket jumps, right? His crosshair kicked up because he just shot. Your crosshair kicks up a little bit and there's a little bit of recoil. And he's not moving right now. So let's use this as our ground zero, right? So 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, 5 frame, 6 frame, 7 frame. So within 6 to 7 frames, that's around like 200 milliseconds, I think. And again, it kind of depends on like where you're starting from. Like if you're starting from here, like when the soldier is first moving off of the ground, it's 6 to 7 frames, or it's 7 to 8 frames. But it's roughly between like 180 to 230 millisecond reaction time. Broad, but when we're comparing him to Elijah, that's a big difference. You know, that's a difference of over 100 milliseconds compared to Elijah, who does that stuff consistently. All right, this last clip's an Overwatch clip. I'll try and keep it a little short. This guy, his name is Mad Bad Man. He's a really good aim trainer player, really good Overwatch player, just very good aimer all around. It's the same deal. This Mercy pushes and then suddenly moves up. And his reaction times are very normal. The Mercy starts moving up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's between, let's probably like more between 6 and 7 frames, or more between like 5 and 7, I guess. But we'll say around 6. We'll compromise and say 6. That's still like 180 milliseconds or 150. That's really fast for these games. But and he's not on target either. But that's still like 100 milliseconds more than what Elijah does. I don't know. What he did in those VODs is just, it's not what normal good aimers do at all.